If I can have your attention here in the Media Center, we will begin now our winner's press conference for the 49th Annual Firekeepers Casino 400 in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. And the race winner is Kyle Larson, driver of the number 42 Cars 3 Target Chevrolet for Chip Ganassi Racing. We also have crew chief Chad Johnston of the number 42 Chevrolet. Kyle, we'll start with you. First, I'll get this out of the way. Ka-chow. And secondly, you had a great car, particularly on restarts today, and it paid off for you at the end.
Yeah, we had a pretty good short-run car, I thought, and then they're late in the race. We just were able to line up in the right lanes. We restarted 8th, I think, with, 40-some laps to go, and was able to get to 4th with 4 tires, I think, and was better than Chase at that point, and got to 3rd, and then chased down Ryan Blaney pretty quickly and got by him just before that caution came out. And then Ryan gave me a heck of a push on the bottom lane there to shove me out in front of Kyle, which was huge. Kyle is so good at restarts, and I was looking in my mirror. I could see that Chase wasn't to his back bumper, and I was just hoping we could build some momentum, Ryan and I, to get the run we needed to basically play chicken getting into 3, and we were able to hold it wide open longer than Kyle and squeeze in front of him. And then they started crashing, and I knew the top lane would be the best place to restart, and I liked who I saw in my mirror. I can't remember really who it was. I think the 22 was in my mirror the last time. But the Penske cars take off so good on restarts that I was, like I said, happy that Joey was behind me. He gave me another good push to get down and side draft Denny and get by him. So Chad Johnston and everybody at our Chip Ganassi Racing shop does such an amazing job with our race cars, and we've been close to winning so many other races. Finished second 6 different times, and would be nice to have 30 more bonus points, but we'll keep chipping away at it.
Chad, congratulations on the win, and this is now your 2nd consecutive win here at Michigan International Speedway, your 3rd consecutive win on a 2-mile track. What makes this team and this young driver next to you so strong on a track like Michigan International Speedway?
I feel like our mile-and-a-half program's been pretty good since the early part of last year, around Charlotte or Dover time, and I think we make our cars better every time we come. I think it suits Kyle fairly well, and he's really good about moving around, finding grip, and doing the things that he needs to do to get the car to do what he wants it to do. So I feel like we have a pretty good handle on where our balance needs to be. We're building really fast cars at the shop, and you unload with speed, and it makes the weekend go a lot faster, and we just kind of got to tune it to the comfort of him and whatever conditions we have on the track. So, most of that goes back to the shop, and you don't make a car fast when it comes here. You build cars fast at the shop, and that's what we've been doing.
Okay, we will open the floor up for questions. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless microphone to you. We'll start here on the left and work our way around.
Kyle Zachheiser, Hillsdale TV. As they just said, your 3 wins have come on the 2-mile variety, 2 here, 1 at Auto Club. Is there anything special that you enjoy about these 2-mile tracks that just make it all that much more better?
Yeah, race cars are fast at them. Michigan and Fontana are very, very similar in shape and size, and but the racing surface is way different. Fontana's rough and bumpy. Here is and it's wore out surface, so you have to really, really take care of your tires and move around, find different lanes that work. But here at Michigan, you can your tires don't wear out quite as bad, not nearly as bad, and your line doesn't move around a ton. So, but it's really fast, got a lot of grip, and they're both a lot of fun. Like I said, because we seem to have good race cars, especially when we come here. It seems like since my rookie season, we've always had fast cars here at Michigan.
You inherit a 5-point lead now in the series standings. What do you do going forward as you go to Fontana?
Sonoma. Yeah, I'm excited about Sonoma. I grew up, about an hour and a half from there in Elk Grove, California. So it's my home race. I'm gonna race. I was supposed to race tonight in a sprint car, but it got canceled in Ohio. But I'm gonna race tomorrow and Tuesday in the sprint car, and then fly out to Sonoma on Wednesday. Is the plan right now, unless they rescheduled Waynesfield for Wednesday. Yeah, we're gonna go out there and kind of spend a couple days as vacation, do a little wine tasting, probably go hang out at Rico's property one day and just relax and have a good time. Sonoma's always one of the most fun events to go to because it's so different, such a nice area, and you get to do something different and turn right and downshift and all that, which is always fun.
Okay, we'll go to Bob, and then we'll go to Rob.
Bob Pockers, ESPN. You know you have a great car. You're on the pole. On a day like today, do you feel like, if you don't win, would it have been any more disappointing that maybe you didn't capitalize on an opportunity?
No, I mean, because I didn't. The 78 was by far the class of the field. I know I led a lot of laps, but whenever he could, it seemed like whenever he wanted to get the lead, he like hit a nitro button and just cruise up the lead and then check out. So he was the class of the field. I thought the 18 was next best. The 20 was better than I was on the long run, but I thought we were probably a third or fourth place car, and then to come out a winner, it makes it that much more exciting, I guess. And I guess it would be disappointing if I finished outside the top 10 or something, but for not having the dominant car and to do everything right to get a win today was special.
Okay, we'll go next to Rob, and then we'll go to Kyle.
Rob T. Youngson with theponyfinish.net. Kyle, congratulations. You got the weekend sweep in the Cup side in Michigan. You talked about it yesterday with me in the hauler about how you have such a fast race car. You just this season it just seems like you're so much better. Expand upon what you mean by that in terms of is there better collaboration between you and Jamie McMurray's team? And then secondly, Alba Colon mentioned how important you are in terms of the brand movement for Chevrolet. How much does it mean to you to hear that from someone like her?
Yeah, I mean, Chad, I guess, would be the guy to answer that question on why he thinks we're a lot faster. He's at the shop at 7 a.m. or earlier every day working, and I think just all the hundreds of people that work there just, kind of came together and put all their ideas into one and just built on everything. We had a great off season. Since I've been in Cup, we haven't had a good off season. We always start the year off worse than where we ended it, and this year was opposite. We ended last year pretty good, but we started this year even better. So I think it's just everybody working together really hard and getting along good, and we have a fun team, a fun race shop. So yeah, and then as far as the brand movement for Chevy, I mean, yeah, I love racing Chevrolets, and I hope to be in a Chevrolet for the rest of my life.
Go next to Kyle.
Well, I don't know, maybe both of you can touch on this, but several late restarts and cautions. Just what was kind of the mindset during that?
I was, you always kind of have in the back of your mind that all the races that you've lost on late restarts, but I also got my first win here on a late restart, so I was pretty confident going into it, especially lined up on the front row with Chase again. I know we're going to have a better restart than we had last year, and probably not spin our tires. Neither of us spun our tires, and we had good restarts. But yeah, I was just able to get good pushes and get the side draft going at the right time to pull my momentum into the corner.
Okay, Ray.
Hey Kyle, Jeffrey Miller, Athlon Sports. Can you just tell me what it feels like to grab that lead on that restart? Does your heart rate peg, and all of a sudden you got you're trying to hold on, or is it calm? What's it feel like?
Yeah, I got clear to the lead, and was every time I get to lead, there's always caution. So I wasn't really that nervous. I figured there'd be a caution as soon as I got to lead the first time. But then the last restart there, when I got clear to the lead, I had some butterflies, and was just trying to be smooth and hit my marks, not make mistakes, and not let Chase get close to me. So this place is pretty hard to pass when you get out front on a restart, so I wasn't too concerned.
We'll head upstairs to the press box for a question.
Reeve Spencer for the NASCAR Wire Service. Kyle, after the Dover race, you said you were going to work on your restarts. Obviously, your restarts were the strength today, and I've got one follow-up after this, but what did you do, if anything, between then and now to work on the restarts?
Well, restarting here at Michigan is so different than restarting at Dover, but I definitely watched the replay, and we looked at Jimmy's driver data versus mine from the final restart at Dover, and learned a little bit from that stuff. I knew what I did wrong as soon as we took the green at Dover. But yeah, here at Michigan, it's different. You have a long straightaway. This front stretch of Dover is pretty bumpy, so it's hard to get grip, and it's not too hard to get grip here at Michigan, so it's kind of just a drag race.
And as a follow-up, a lot of people are going to point to the restart where you took the lead from Kyle as a decisive moment in the race, but it also seemed as if the previous restart where you started on the 5th row and got to 4th very quickly was almost equally important. Did you feel that also?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're right. I think I did. I don't know if I started 8th or 10th or whatever, but we were able to get to 5th off of 2 and then clear Eric Jones pretty quickly. And then, yeah, that lined us up 4th. And we were a lot better than Chase at that point. And then when I got clear of him, way better than Ryan because he was on 2 tires. And then they were letting me know that Kyle wasn't, or they didn't think would be good on fuel. So I was actually hoping for it to stay green. But then, we got the cautions and got the restarts that we needed.
Okay, we're going to go to Taylor, then to Rob.
DeSormo, MLive.com. It seemed like all day the outside was the preferred line on the restart. Were you surprised that you were able to get around Kyle on the inside, and what made the outside so good?
Well, I think the outside is good because you can kind of, the guy behind you just pretty much stays in line, where on the bottom they have the option of kind of pulling out and trying to hang you 3 wide or whatever. But when I restart on the bottom, my spotter told me that Blaney said that he was going to push us as good as he could, and I mean he had a heck of a restart and shoved me softly all the way to turn 1. And I didn't spin my tires at all. I didn't get squirrely at all, and was able to get the run I needed.
Go to your right to Rob.
Rob Johnston of the podiumfinish.net. Kyle, I just wanted to ask you, what does this win mean for you in terms of the emergence of the young racers in the Monster Energy Cup Series? Because clearly it was a really good show between you and Chase. What does this mean for the youth movement for the sport?
Yeah, it's. I keep saying that NASCAR is in a great spot. Even with Dale Jr. retiring this year, I think it's a huge opportunity for our sport. Dale Jr. has probably 3/4 of our fan base, so you might lose a few thousand of his fans. They might disappear, but the rest of them are going to pick new drivers. I think new rivalries are going to be built. It's just going to bring some excitement back to the racetrack, and I'm happy that I'm seem to be kind of head of that youth movement right now. With Ryan Blaney getting the win last week, you look at Chase finished in 2nd. Joey, he's a veteran, but he's only a couple years older than I am. And then Stenhouse, Austin Dillon, Eric Jones, Suarez. There's so many others that are in great equipment right now that are running up front, and it's just a great time for NASCAR. I think everybody's kind of nervous about where it's going to be, but I think a lot of us, our fan bases are going to grow as well as NASCAR's fan base.
Go next to Bob.
Bob Pockers, ESPN. Are you aware of kind of where you are in points, and the winner of the regular season gets 5 extra playoff points compared to everybody else? So, how you and Truex are. I think Truex is 130 points now ahead of Kyle Busch, who's 3rd in points. So, how important is that battle between the two of you?
Yeah, no doubt. I think I pay attention to kind of how far back I am of Martin, or how far ahead of I am of him. We had a rough Coke 600 there and lost a lot of points, but we've been able to gain some back and take over the point lead. So that's a big goal of mine, to be the point leader at the end of the regular season. Martin's been so fast all year long. He's dominating. It seems like every race, and he's already racked up a lot of bonus points. So I need to do all I can to get some back on him and help our playoffs out. You see me racing hard at the end of those stages, and that's because every point is going to matter for us too when it comes down to Richmond or whatever race it is.
Any additional questions for our race-winning team? Gentlemen, congratulations on yet another win, and good luck next week in Sonoma.
Thank you.